Hello guys, hello viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel. As you all know, my name is Ayomide, also known as the Stock Oracle. In today's episode, I will be taking us through 5 stocks you need to have in your portfolio. 5 stocks you need to have in your portfolio in Nigeria for you to be a millionaire. Yes, 5 stocks. And I'll be taking us through those 5 stocks, what make them stand out. As Warren Buffett will always say, that you need a moat in every businesses you invest your money in. You need to be able to know that these businesses will continue in perpetuity. That is, going concern in the nearest future, they won't wind up. The tendency of them winding up is very low, and that shareholders' value or shareholders' interest will be at their forefront, and that would be one thing you want to watch out for. You want to be able to you want to know that the businesses you're investing in will be able to pay you dividend for a long period of time, and you want to know that these businesses will continue to grow in the nearest future. If you are new to my channel, I will advise you stay tuned to the end of this channel, and I'll be taking you through the 5 stocks you need to invest in. Number one, the first stock you need to invest in that must be in your portfolio today is Aradel. Aradel, Aradel. Yes, you heard me right. This is an oil and gas business, and they are well positioned here in Nigeria. If you are in the US, you are in any part of the world, you can invest in this company. This company, you can look up this company. This company is a great company. The books of this company are very clean. The stock markets in Nigeria, they are well regulated by SEC. So they are meant to, all businesses that are publicly quoted are, authorized to file their financial reports with SEC. And you can also find this in the public domain. Aradel is a business that is well positioned. They just acquired other businesses like Renaissance. And if you look at their books, one of those things that stand out with Aradel is that it has enough cash to pay its short-term obligation. Any business you are investing in, there is a need for you to know that that business is able to meet its short-term obligation and still able to carry on with business. That is, it has ability to carry on with its daily operations. There is enough working capital, even when vendors or when suppliers call for their money or obligation. Now, Aradel is well positioned and it has a Fitch rating. You can also check that. And if you look at Aradel free cash flow, Aradel has a very positive free cash flow. And in order for you to know all this, there is a tool you need to get yourself acquainted with. And that tool is known as stockanalysis.com. Yes, you need to go online, search for stockanalysis.com, and any business, any company in the world, you can insert into the search button of that site, and it will show you the overview of that company, their financials, their dividend payout, everything about them. So Aradel is well positioned. It has a wonderful book. This May, Aradel will be paying 22 naira on dividend per share. For me, I'm well positioned in Aradel, although I'll be receiving about 22,000 naira in dividend, which is a step forward, and I bought about 1,000 units of shares with Aradel. Currently, the share price on Aradel is 503 naira on the stock exchange market. So you can do that conversion if you're in anywhere in the world. This is naira denominated. So I'm speaking in terms of our own local currency. So you can always convert online to know what it is in your own foreign currency. So Aradel is well positioned. They pay dividend twice in a year. Yeah, they pay dividend. So I will be getting 22 naira per share on my 1,000 units of shares with Aradel, and that's 22,000 naira. And I'll be receiving another dividend in November, which could fluctuate, which could go up or down. The last one was 8 naira, which means I'll be receiving about 8,000 naira, and that is in total 30,000 naira on my, on my shares that I have in Aradel. So this is a well-positioned stock, and it's a growth stock. It's a growth stock. This is a business that is growing, and you can see when it comes to cash management, they are very good with cash management. They are well positioned. When you look at their cash and cash equivalent, they are well positioned. And when you look at their payables, their short-term obligation and long-term obligation, their assets can pay twice those obligations. So you want to invest in businesses like that. I tell people the profit or loss account is not a reflection of reality. What do I mean? If you see a company say they declare 100 billion naira, for example, in revenue, the next question you may want to ask is how much of that money is tied into receivables, because most of it, or maybe a large significant of that money, may not necessarily be in cash. So people tend to forget that the real place for you to dig in to check if a company is healthy is both the statement of financial position and the cash flow statement. You want to see how is this company managing cash. It is different for a company to be profitable and at the same time for that company to be liquid. You want to make sure a company is profitable and people are demanding for its products, and that company is liquid, that when its obligations are being called for, it is able to do what? To pay up those obligations and still continue in business. So Aradel is one stock you want to have in your portfolio. And for those who are just starting out, in my next video, I will be taking you step by step here in Nigeria on how to get this best broker, on what next to do. You're paying nobody a dime. If you want to start investing in Nigeria, you're paying nobody a dime. You just need to sign up with the SEC approved brokers and invest your money, and the commission on shares you buy will be deducted, and your contract notes will be sent to you to your mail. All these are now digitized. The SEC has now made sure that people can invest seamlessly without being duped, without being, without having any hassle. So the next stock you want to invest your money in is Seplat. This particular stock I'm talking about, Seplat stock, many people will come to thank me in the future. In the next 5 years, this 2025, in 2030, many who will watch this video and take action will thank me in the next 5 years. And not just in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years to come. What do I mean? Seplat is well positioned. I can tell you for a fact. Now, the reason why I'm telling people to start buying up Seplat is because Seplat has a joint venture with the NNPC. Yes, the NNPC, which is Nigerian National Petroleum Company in Nigeria, which is a limited liability company now. Will soon be on the stock exchange market. But that is the company that generates a lot of the country's revenue. And in this joint venture, it's birthed the company known as Gas PLC. Gas PLC, we call it AGPC. Now, this company is a pioneer company that is positioned to provide and first indigenous, apart from NLNG. It is the first indigenous company that will start, producing domestically gas for domestic use. Yes, it is a pioneer company that will start producing our domestic gas so that we can have enough gas to go round. We can have enough domestic gas. As it is, NLNG can't meet domestic needs. So this company is well positioned, and it is a joint venture between Seplat and the NLNG. Also, you want to know, and I'm bringing to your attention, if you don't know now, that Seplat just acquired Mobile, and that is in the public domain. Yeah, just acquired Mobile, and this company is well positioned to benefit from these companies, apart from its own daily operation and what it does, in crude oil sales and crude oil production. This company is well positioned in gaining from its subsidiaries or its joint venture and the companies they just acquired. So you want to be positioned in Seplat. And the funniest thing is that Seplat pays dividend 4 times a year. You heard me right. 4 times a year. They pay dividend every quarter. 4 times a year. That is how Seplat pays its dividend, and they pay their dividend in cents, in dollars, in foreign currency, which they translate here in Nigeria to our currency, but they declare their dividend in dollars. And they also have their parent company in the UK. So you want to be well positioned in Seplat stock. Now, the other stock you want to be well positioned in, which is a growth stock, is NEM Insurance PLC. Yeah, NEM Insurance PLC, you heard me right. This company is one company that you want to be well positioned in. Now, I have worked with this company before. I started with piling up this company's stock as far back as 2021 when I started working with this company. Back then, this company stock was 4 naira per share. Now the company stock is 15 naira per share. Unless I forget, Seplat share is the most expensive share as per stock. Not ETF now, most expensive share on the stock exchange market. And currently one share is valued at 5,580 something, whereabouts on naira on the stock exchange market. Now, I was talking about NEM Insurance PLC. NEM Insurance PLC is a general business, and this company has been growing. Yes, it has been growing. This company has been declaring dividend year in, year out, consistently. Dividend year in, year out. You want to invest in a business that has a good culture and has the interest of shareholders at heart, and they have a moat around them. Now, you all know that insurance in Nigeria is just growing, still at the baby stage. And this company is well positioned in such a way that it has a very strong relationship with brokers. So its businesses, 90% of its businesses are from brokers. So this company is well positioned with brokers who are intermediaries who bring in businesses and place them with other insurance companies. So this insurance company is well positioned among every insurance company, and one of the best insurance company in Nigeria, because they also pride themselves in prompt claim payments. And when you look at their books also, in terms of assets, in terms of cash, they are very conservative when it comes to cash, and they only invest their cash in expansion, things that bring about growth, and they try as much as possible to bring down their liability. So the cost of them doing business is quite, low. So you want to invest in such a business. Last dividend they declared 60 kobo. This year they declared 1 naira per share. And imagine you have, okay, let's say you have 50,000 units, and the price of their stock in the stock exchange market per unit is just 15 naira per unit of share. So imagine you have about 50,000 units and they declare about 1 naira per share. That's 50,000 without doing anything, sleeping and just getting your dividend and having those other stocks I've just mentioned. So this is one stock you don't want to sleep on. You want to add to your portfolio. Another stock you want to add to your portfolio is one banking stock. People hate banking stocks. Don't get me, just let me explain this to you. There is one bank stock people overlook a lot. And I'll tell you reason why you need to have that bank stock in your portfolio. And that bank is Stanbic IBTC. Yeah, you heard me right. Now, Stanbic IBTC has been for a long time. Yeah, you heard me. That bank has been around for a long time. And it has prided itself as one of the best bank that also has the best pension fund. Yes, it has the best pension fund. It has, if you look at Stanbic IBTC, it ranks one of the top three pension fund administrator. This bank is well positioned in terms of innovation, technology. Before, while other banks were still into their core banking activity, this bank had already gone into, pension fund, into fintech and the rest. And this bank is well positioned if you look at their books in terms of non-performing loans, in terms of, traditional banking, their assets over liability, and, their cash flow. You will see that this bank is so well positioned. So one of those things it enjoys is its pension fund. It has trillions when it comes to pension fund, and the bank has, been here doing the ups and down in Nigeria economic environment. It has weathered the storm. It has always been, out of the spotlight of negative comments about banks. It aspired itself to be innovative in terms of technology, in terms of being closer to the people, and having the largest market share amongst all banks in the pension fund sector. Now you start seeing other banks rallying or running to that area of specialization, whereas Stanbic has been in that space for quite a long time, and they've been able to win the trust of the people. So if you ask me, I use Stanbic for my pension fund. Now, the reason why I won't change is because of trust. Yeah, I just trust because they've built that trust over time, and it's hard for me to just trust any other pension fund to just say I move my money into them, because this is one pension fund administrator that has been there for the people, and payout is seamless. Technologically, you submit all your paperwork, they work on it, and your payout is very seamless. Your money is there. You can monitor it. There's an app. As your payment is coming in, the app shows what your pension fund looks like, and what you can invest it in a growth fund, if you want a more stable fund, depending on your age. So it is being invested into those funds, so people can choose what they want to invest their funds into and track and monitor that. So that's one stock you really want to put your money into. Another stock I want people to look at and put their money into is Dangote Cement. You heard me right. Yeah, very soon the Dangote refinery will be on the stock exchange market. But I want you to look at the Dangote Cement. Now tell me, if any builder is going to build today in Nigeria, if any construction company is going to do anything today in Nigeria, or you want to build a house, or you want to build something, a complex, or the first product you go for in terms of quality by default that is in people's head is Dangote Cement. When it comes to cement, is Dangote Cement. Not that we don't have other cement, but Dangote Cement has come to, be at the forefront. So you want to invest in a business that has a good moat. So when people say, "Oh, Dangote is enjoying monopoly, is enjoying government favor," now you ask yourself, for how long has Dangote been operating? And they've been a lot of administration that have been in power. They've come into power and they've left, and Dangote has known how to maintain that relationship. You want to be in a business where the leaders, the stakeholders, the board of directors, the management, they know how to weather the storm, how to position themselves when there is economic turbulence. You want to be in a business where um the management knows how to maintain relationship and how to source for raw materials at a cheaper price and maximize that to make profit. So if you ask me, this business is well positioned. I'm currently in Dangote and I'm accumulating in my portfolio. I have a bit of millions of naira, not lots of millions, but considerable amount in my portfolio, and I'm accumulating these stocks. And you can do so also. These are the 5 stocks you need to put your money into. I've already mentioned Aradel, I mentioned Seplat, I mentioned Nem Insurance, I mentioned Stanbic IBTC, and I've mentioned Dangote Cement. And I will be bringing up other stocks as time goes on, but you need to put these 5 in your portfolio for it to be strategically positioned. And in all these 5, you are receiving what is it called, dividend. Dangote will be paying about 30 naira per share as per dividend. Now imagine if you have, just imagine you have a million units in Dangote Cement, multiply by 30 naira declared in dividend. That's about 30 million naira. Now you all know that when it comes to dividend, you're subject to 10% withholding tax. I remove that 10% withholding tax. What are we talking about? You good to go. You get what I'm saying? So you people need to start looking at how do you invest, sleep, and your money work for you. I'm not saying you shouldn't do your work. I am a financial analyst. I am in the private sector. I work with one of the big fours. But regardless, I am using my paycheck to fund my future, to fund my dreams. I don't just get my paycheck at the end of the month and I lavish it and just spend, or just leave it in the bank. And don't get me wrong, people say, "Oh, invest." People only look at the area of investment. I tell people, you need to save. I can't overemphasize this. As you are investing, please save. Now, there's a reason why you save. You're not saving because of inflation. Your investment is meant to take care of that. When we were in economics class, many of you will remember they are like major 3 reasons why we keep money: transactional reason, speculative, and emergency reason or motive. So we do call it in economics. Now, the reason why you save is to hedge against uncertainty, not inflation. Life will throw curveballs at you. Life will test you. Life will bring unexpected bills at you. Your savings are there, emergency funds are there, so as not to touch your investment or sell your investment to cater for those things. So I can't overemphasize the reason for you to save. You have to save. It is non-negotiable. You just have to. And why do you save? You don't just only save because of emergency. Now, people talk a lot about inflation, inflation, inflation. No one talks about what happens in a situation where there is economic downturn, or there is recession, or there is high inflation. When people want to migrate or leave the country, many things are being sold at a discount. This is why the rich and the wealthy are able to leverage on businesses that are being sold at a discount, regardless of if there is inflation or not. Because at that point, when people decide, oh, many people in Nigeria will say, I want to japa, which we know in Nigerian terms is called japa. Many people want to leave the country. They want to sell probably their houses, probably their car at a discount. So this is not even about inflation. So people who have money at that point in time are able to leverage on that, either buy those assets in order to generate more income, or many people can decide to put those vehicles into Uber, will decide to put those vehicles into use, and or buy them cheaper when they would have bought them at the inflation, the economy recover, they would have bought them at a higher price. So many people are able to buy things at a discount even when there is inflation, when people decide they are tired of staying in the economy and they just need to leave. So they sell, there's distress sales. So people take advantage of these things. Imagine if there's an opportunity to buy a business in a high inflationary economy, and that business is going to sell less than its book value, or is going to sell less than what its asset is worth, and you don't have money. What do you do? So you need to save regardless. There's a need for you to still put money aside to save. It is necessary. Do not look at the side of inflation. What you should look at is, if I'm going to hedge against inflation, part of my money is in savings for uncertainty, for emergency purpose, for opportunities that can come my way. But at the same time, my investment will cater for inflation, be it stock, be it commercial papers, be it treasury bills. My investments will cater for that. So we need to start educating ourselves. I'm 31, for example. I'm already investing in my future. Being financially independent or retiring early does not mean I want to come home and come sit. Retiring early simply means I want to retire financially. That is, I want to be doing what I am doing, not because I'm looking for money, not because I'm looking for how to survive, but because I have passion to solve problems, to go to my work every day, knowing that money is not a problem. So many people still work for money rather than let money work for them. And there's a saying by Jim Rohn that if you don't, you need to, many people work harder on their job than their future. So you need to flip that and start working harder on your future than on your job. Because your job will always tell you, your job will come one day and tell you, thank you for your service, but now you need to leave, or we need to cut down, we need to lay off people. And what will you be left with? Investment is also a skill people don't tell you about. Imagine I have huge funds, millions in stock, millions in in treasury bills and commercial papers. I can decide to manage my portfolio. It can be a day job for me. It can be something I look at how to rebalance my portfolio, read. These are things hedge funds managers do. which you can decide to do privately for yourself. It's a skill for you to be able to pick stocks, for you to be able to rebalance your portfolio, to know how to read annual reports, and how to manage your portfolio yourself. It's also a skill. What I'm doing currently, that I'm doing out of passion, even though some people will tell you things like, yeah, I'm doing this out of passion, yeah, I still hope to make, no matter how little, I still hope to make money from it. But I'm doing it because there is no better time to plant a tree than 20 years ago, and there's no better time than to start now. So I'm not going to wait until 40 before I can speak to my audience, before relating to them, because when I talk to you guys, I'm also talking to myself. I'm also reflecting. I'm also improving myself, because I know I can't come to you, my audience, unprepared. I need to come with facts. I need to come with something you can go out and do your research and find out, oh, this guy was actually saying the truth. So I won't sit here to tell you there are risk. Like Jim Ross said, if you think life is too risky, just know that nobody is going to live this life alive. We are all going to die. So life is risky in itself. So you are not going to hide under a rock and live there forever and say, oh, I don't want to take a risk. It's not taking a risk, is even a risk in itself. Because at the end of the day, you have to pay bills. Life emergency will hit you, no matter where you are. You be it under the rock, what you didn't plan for will come at you. And I do tell people, not only stock, another thing you need to have in your life, please, if you don't even want to be in stock for now, is to have an insurance. It is key. You can have employment insurance, you can have health insurance, you can have what's it called, life insurance. Please have an insurance. You can lose your job tomorrow. You can have an insurance that can protect you for that time being when you are not working. Some people have some people have found themselves in a situation where they were going to work and they had an accident, and they are no longer able-bodied, and they can't work anymore, and their insurance is paying for that, and they have other businesses aside. So I want you to look at these 5 stocks, do your research. I tell people, I've given you a tool and I've given you those stocks. Whether you believe me or not, you can do your research, but I have given you these 5 stocks, which I guarantee you in the next 10 years, if you don't watch this video today, maybe just one person will stumble upon this video and will remember, oh, who is back here in 2030? This guy said this. So I'm telling you today, and a tool you need to have is known as the stock analysis. Just go to stockanalysis.com. You immediately put the company, it gives you the history of the company, the financials, when they pay dividend, how healthy the company is. So you have no excuse. Oh, where do I start my research? You have no excuse. It's already created on stockanalysis.com. And you can always come back in my comment section. You can only leave a comment to say, oh, AY, I just looked at this stock. What is your view? Okay, I've also done my analysis. I help you guys do analysis, and I come back with things you need to start investing in, and how porous our economy is. And if you're outside the country, I'm also your eyes here in Nigeria to be able to tell you, this is what is going on, guys. This is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. And you are able to, weather the storm. So if you've not joined my channel, please subscribe below. Click the subscribe button and watch out for my other videos. And till we meet again, thank you.